It's been interesting to see how much attention science and technology is currently receiving from the presidency, and of course, how much the sector hopes to achieve to make Nigeria globally competitive. Well, I had a chat with the Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu. Listen to this conversation.
Oh, the major thrust of this administration is to secure our country, grow our economy, create jobs, and then fight crime, including corruption. And science and technology happens to be at the center in any of this. That's why the president made it very clear that he will do all that is within his own ability to ensure that he supports science and technology.
You see, when you mentioned fight crime and, help security matters, this is a very sensitive issue. And for the first time, we're trying to lay emphasis on using science and technology. Is this feasible?
Oh, it is. It is. As a matter of fact, you can't really prevent or fight crime without using technology. The truth is that the insurgency in the northeastern part of the country can only be contained, through effective use of the right type of equipment. You need to be in a position to improve on your intelligence. And intelligence gathering requires equipment. And again, that's science and technology. Even all the problems that we have, you need to be in a position to make sure that you deploy the right types of equipment, and that again requires science and technology.
Funding is an issue, I know. What amount of money do you think can be pumped in to help this sector grow?
Research and development, which again is at the heart of science and technology, is something that requires a lot of money, but you cannot spend more than what you have. And also, we are also conscious of the fact that the nation has to do many other things. But the most important thing is the leadership, which is what the president is providing. The will, the political will, recognizing that science and technology is important in national development. If we did this in the past, many of the problems we have today will not be there. So once there is that will, then the commitment will come, and science and technology will now have the sort of support that it requires. But in terms of giving you figures, many countries spend between 3 to 5%. Some of the very top countries in terms of development of their GDP, which is very heavy in that area. But we have to make a start, and I think the commitment of the president is what is most important, and we believe that in the years to come we will start doing much better than we did in the past.
When you look at the preponderance of arms and ammunition going around and how the sophisticated weapons are, moved from place to place through the terrorist groups, how much concern do you feel about Nigeria's ability to tackle all of these issues, without adequate research and science and technology, as it were?
Oh, no, we can do a lot, and Nigeria is blessed. We have the human beings who can help us, solve many of these problems. And I want to assure you.
Is there a but somewhere?
A but in that in the past, we didn't do the things that we should have done. Because if we employed science and technology, we shouldn't be we won't be where we are today. Our military will be far stronger. And look at the humiliation that the nation suffered not too long ago when we had to carry money in briefcases to go looking for ammunition, things that, and equipment, things that we ought to manufacture or produce ourselves. So I believe that the present emphasis will help us overcome many of those problems.
Recently, President Buhari inaugurated the National Research and Innovation Council with the aim of course, making Nigeria globally competitive. Now, I must ask, do we really need that council to make this happen, to make science and tech in Nigeria work?
No, it's very important. The council, I just want to put everything in its true perspectives. The science, technology, and innovation policy of our great nation came into being in 1986. And since then, it was reviewed in 1997, 2003, and the most recent in 2012. Now, in that policy, the apex body that should drive science and technology is this National Research and Innovation Council. So this is a body that should have been in place since 1986. But it was only put in place, inaugurated in 2014, but there was no meeting until this meeting that we held a few days ago. So it's important because leadership is important in anything that you do. This body, this council is the heart, is the engine that will drive science and technology. And people must recognize that we're not looking at R&D or research and development in the Ministry of Science and Technology. No, we're looking at research and development activities, not just in the ministry alone, but within other departments of government, in the universities, in industry, in the private sector. So this body will drive the national consciousness, create the national consciousness, and drive as a nation, our desire to make sure that we catch up with others and overtake them. Because
others?
Yes, the developed countries. We shouldn't just be thinking of catching up. Look, let me tell you, if you look at the history of centers of civilization, it's been moving from one country to the other. There was a time it was in Egypt, most recently in UK, then now in the United States. You see, China is trying. So why should Nigeria not also aspire to lead the world? It's something that is possible because history shows that it's possible. So we should work for it. We shouldn't just be copying. I don't think that's what I'm here to do in the ministry. I want us to, while we are adapting, we should also be interested in creating new technologies that one day other people can come and learn from us.
Practically speaking, with the economic downturn, do we have enough funds to drive this capital-intensive area research?
Yes, there is a downturn. That's what I told you. The most important thing, the most critical thing in nature is, willpower. The leadership. I want to be this. If you have many children, there will be one of your kids that will come and say, look, I want to be a medical doctor. Maybe the chap is only about 4 or 5 years old. In 20 years from that time, he will be a medical doctor because that's the desire. So the mere fact that the economy has suffered a shock, I think is even helpful to us because we have all, as a nation, come to the realization that this cannot be business as usual. We cannot continue to do things that we did in the past that didn't work. I told someone, you can't believe this, in 1981, December 12, precisely, the value of 1 naira was $1.72. 1 naira 72 cents. Now, what is the value today? Officially, at 197,200, it means that 1 naira is not even up to half a cent or about half a cent. So you can see the pressure on the naira because we've been importing everything, including toothpicks that we shouldn't import. So even pencil, people say, why pencil? I say, look, pencil is important because you go to school, children use it to write, architects use pencil to draw. So we need to reduce the pressure on our currency. And the only way to do it is to produce. We should not just be a consuming nation. we should consume and also produce. And as a matter of fact, we should produce more than we consume, so that the earnings from our export will help us. The Naira can become strong again if we export more.
All right, you will tell us more about the pencil production that you intend to begin massively after this break. We're still with the Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu. Please join us after the break.
Nigeria's vision of becoming one of the 20 largest economies in the world by the year 2020 is only attainable when science, technology, and innovation are fully integrated into our nation's socio-economic development process. As a nation, we will invest appropriately in science, technology, and innovation in order to guarantee our competitiveness both continentally and globally.